I began this journey with an open mind and skepticism. I watched over and over other researchers within the field discover and capture numerous anomalies. I thought to myself, if these people all over the world can record this amazing phenomena, why can't I? And then the journey embarked, beginning humbly with just myself seated in my bed with nothing but a couple devices designed for the field, and that was it. Stumbling my way through a path that I watched so very few tread before me, I slowly began to discover more about the supernatural and myself, more than I could have ever imagined. Years ago, among the first seasons of the ghost show craze, I started gathering, reading, watching, listening, and collecting all information regarding electronic voice phenomenon. After slowly acclimating myself to the practices and techniques involved in otherworldly communication, I began to capture what others claim to capture, very faint whispery voices. Astonished, this discovery only fueled my curiosity, allowing my mind to travel to new ideas, philosophies, discoveries, known but unknown to humanity, new ways to see the unseeable, new ways to speak the unspeakable. Maybe some unseen energy has guided me to this point. I will probably never be able to say for certain, but I have wondered this when looking back in retrospect. The reason I have wondered this is because I have not stayed stagnant within my research. There seems to be some sort of direction, pulling or pushing me into this path I have taken. EVP research led me to ICT research. Instrumental transcommunication is defined as communication by spirit beings with human beings via a wide variety of electronic devices. ITC opened my world up to a plethora of new ideas, philosophies, and techniques. So at this point, I felt I was ready to get my hands on the fabled PSB7 Spirit Box, as well as the famous or infamous K2 EMF meter. But the catalyst that made me jump from the humble digital voice recorder to the Spirit Box, along with an obsession to research, came from standing beside my grandfather as I watched him slip from this reality into the next upon his hospital bed. It was the most emotional, heartbreaking, disturbing, but amazing and inspirational moment I had ever been in. This moment truly is the epoch, the catalyst in my timeline that turned my passing hobby into my lifestyle. I would have never foresaw this path I have taken. Thank you, Gramps. I love you. Flash forward thousands of hours of research portrayed as me. I used to try a super scientific approach, but as time passed, the research and myself became one. I worried less about trying to change the world paradigm and just enjoy the experience. I've met so many interesting people, so many amazing views and thoughts about this field of study. I thank all of you. I truly feel I have grown tremendously more than I ever would on my own. Again, sincerely, I thank you all. Okay, enough emotions, because for me, this is where it gets really interesting. Call it synchronicity, fate, luck, destiny, or just plain blind chance. I happened upon a pack of tarot cards. I wonder about my destiny with tarot now because the day I acquired them, tarot cards had not crossed my mind. I was at my local bookshop actually looking for information on the ancient Chinese method of divination called I Ching. Not finding anything pertaining to the ancient method, I was about to give up and walk away. And there it was, a pack of Rider-Waite tarot cards sitting on the shelf, almost seeming to call to me. I started to remember how tarot is as well a form of divination, and thought, what the heck? Grabbed my first pack, purchased it, walked out the door, blissfully unaware of the keys to an entire new world humbly placed into my hands. I call them keys because they unlocked a box only to expose a new layer of enigmatic thinking, a way to see and interact within our world not known by many. I refer to the ancient Egyptian mystery school philosophies, better known by modern view as the occult. Myths, legends, truths, facts, lies, deception, guile. So many views and thoughts about the occult world. From my own research, entire societies, many alive and thriving today, have been built with occult ideologies. And the more I research this ancient philosophy, the more I see it everywhere, hidden in plain sight for those that have eyes to see. Symbols, structures, designs, cities, states, countries, and more, tied into the ancient mystery schools of Egypt. Much of this knowledge is widely available today, thankfully, but much of this knowledge must still be kept secret or lost, waiting to be found by those destined to rediscover lost truths and lies about what reality really is. So here is where I am today. Over a year and a half of paranormal research intermingled with occult exploration. My mind is more open than I could have ever imagined as to what reality really is. Mystical, magical, cold, calculating. Us humans standing on an incomprehensible large rock, surrounded all around us with some pitch black nothing that appears to have tiny lights somewhere out there in the distance. A giant bright ball of energy flying overhead, graced by its cosmic sister, the moon. What is reality? What are these voices seemingly answering our questions? What happens after we perish from this mortal form? These questions most likely will never fully be answered. But for now, I research, I ask questions, I find more questions to ask. Answers are far and few between. Maybe life isn't about the answers, but about the experience, the journey. Join me.